I work with OPC people, that is one-person company owners, and most of the time, this clan of people who are consultants, influencers, coaches, mentors, guides, trainers, they usually come up with these three major problems. I don't have leads enough or clients enough to work with, or I don't get in a proper sequence. That means sometimes I get, sometimes I don't get. Many of the people whom I have interviewed, they said, I rely completely on word of mouth. And that is something like I'll have to wait till someone says good about me. Someone will say good about me only when that person is getting some kind of a support program or some kind of an experience with my programs and my other things. The second problem that I see most of the time is look, I am a trainer, I am an entrepreneur, I am a solopreneur, I'm good in what I do, but when it comes to sales, when I come to closing or conversions, I just talk too much about what all things I have and how can I put this, and ultimately the client or the prospect always says, "I'll get back to you," and matter does. So I am getting exhausted. I do not know. And the third biggest problem is I know what I do. I might get sales because I'm doing it from such a long time. Other people can't do in my team the way I do it, and this is crazy. So it takes my personal time. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Now I want to scale it up, but I do not know how to put all these things in a proper sequence, proper offer, proper packaging, proper pricing. Am I underpricing or am I high pricing? What about my competitors? These are all those things has been there from I think centuries now, but no more. Here is a one complete plan that can give you all the structures. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about a very simple mechanism by which you can, or rather anyone who is an OPC, one person company. When I say one person company, what do I mean? Point number one, uh, you might be a person who is working all alone. So you might be freelancing, you might be a startup entrepreneur, you might be someone who is doing buying and selling kind of things, or you might be a trainer, coach, mentors, and you might be a company owner with partners, but the other partner is a sleeping partner or funding partner or some other partner, but they are not actively taking role in that. So I call this as a one-person company. There are private limited companies where I know there are multiple board of directors, and many of them are just people who have put some money, they've taken some stake, they are equity or whatever it is, and they are just there. But the person who is going to work is only one person, and I call this as a one person company. As I'm talking to you after COVID, many people who lost their jobs or shifted companies and now trying to have their footholds, typically for such kind of people, it is very important because now it is no longer about some fancy certification systems or experience, number of years of me working here, going there, your travel tickets or the travel stamps in your passport doesn't make any sense right now. It is all about, okay, this is this is you, this is the task. Now you show me how do you do the other side, which is more of result-driven systems. It is no longer about how many books you have read, how many programs you have done, how many people you have met, or who are the kind of people who know your network. It is no longer your network is your net worth. No. At the end of the day, if you are not able to give that expected things to the other guy, you are not working. So all these things have a proper documented systems, which is possible in this video. So stay tuned. And if you do not know me, my name is Dr. Amit Nath. By the way, I am more fondly known as Dada. Dada means a brother. The name was given by a person from Maharashtra in India, and this became popular. But you call me Dada only when this comes from here, that brotherly feeling. So chances are you are senior to me in age or junior to me in age. So if I call you as buddy, please take it as brotherly affection from my side. So in this video, let us go dive deeper into the verticals of what I call it as a smart model of how to work. This entire videos has been divided into three parts, and this is the second part which I'm going to talk about is the model section, and then the third part I will talk about how you can actually build your empire starting right now, or you have already scaled to a certain part, how to go beyond, and if you are somewhere dangling between a job and a passion. So let me tell you this: there's something called as BP and HP. a bogus passion, and a passion which is more of a hobby and giving you profit. So from BP to HP, this is the model I think can help a lot to you. And by the way, congratulations if you have subscribed, if you have written some comments out there. I read all the comments. And if you're looking at an instant boost up or a growth and you want to meet me in person or my team in person, you can block a call or block a time, and we can get on a kind of a one-to-one and we can see how best we can do. By the way, every month we take around 5 to 10 members and we do a kind of a free GPS, which is called as growth planning system, where me and my team sit with you for half an hour, understand where you are, and we scale you up to the point which is logically, legally, and potentially implementable goal that can be done. So with that, let's start the session. So here is a model which I call it as the tricycle model. Yeah, this has been inspired from the olden carrier. Okay, we call it as the tricycles. The kids use it, and there are 3 circles are there. So as I said, the biggest problem that I have seen is something which I call it as the problem of getting your prospects. So I'm just writing it as P here, prospects. The second biggest problem, okay, let me do one thing. Let me write it here so that it becomes an easy way. Okay, prospect. The second biggest problem is called as closing. Okay, and the third biggest problem, I call it as the delivery and scaling. Scaling up. Good. So let's start with the first point, which is the prospect. What I have identified that people have tried tested with multiple things. They have tried tested funnels, tried tested different kind of word of mouth, have done multiple digital stuff like running campaigns, paid ads on different social medias, buying databases, and then the biggest nuisances of sending hundreds and thousands and millions of cold messages, cold calls, and I'll tell you one thing, it is just a waste of money, time, energy, and a notorious number of people that you have to manage. Your agencies, your new recruits, you have to train them, then you have to have an analytics every day. You're going to be in these things. So the other way around is, I found out the problem lies in the 4 major areas. The biggest problem, I think you will agree with me, is many people, they don't know who are their ideal clients, and what they do is they buy databases or they just run campaigns and thinking that the different social media algorithms is going to automatically going to give them all these things. It doesn't work. So here is the thing. The first biggest problem, I call it as ICP. You do not know your ideal customer persona. You have tried tested with AI, chat GPTs, multiple things, but still, what segment? So there is a blend between what you know, what you would like to do, or you are actually interested in this. And the third thing is your expertise and experiences that gives result. If these 3 blends are not done, then the ICP doesn't work. So people call it in different names, avatar and multiple things. So the next point is, once you know these guys, okay, these are the ideal guys, the next biggest thing is, where do I find them? Do I find them on offline, online, database hunting guys? Do I buy some scraping tools like Apollo and Hunter.io and all these things? And then you have to buy some outblast, message blast, SMS, WhatsApp, Messenger blasting systems or running campaigns. The biggest thing is, you don't know where they are. And if you know where they are, it is important that they should also know who you are and why they should work with you. So there is a very nice synchronized system of understanding of demand and supply. So I call it as the demand connect. Okay, just properly. Demand connect. Okay, now this is the second part. The third part is, now you know where these guys are, you are going to connect with them. But the another problem I have seen with people is they do not know what to talk. So there is a problem of communication. So when I say communication, I don't mean that. Many people, they say, okay, I have a plenty of examples of people that reach out to me on different social media, mailings, cold calls. Are you looking for a loan? Are you looking for an agency? Are you looking for a PR? And so on and so forth. The moment you ask this, the answer is no. And the moment you say, I need help, or I would like to help, it doesn't work again. Because in this particular era, the communication is different. So someone just said add value to people. So without understanding the power of value or the formula of value, people keep on adding different kind of content. And the answer is, with this content, only you are getting amused. And your results are, you have got crickets on your social media. You have got no one. So here is the thing. How do you communicate? So the communication has to be designed in a way where it is solving some teething issues or hot issues with some micro win or a micro result to your prospects. So how do you design that? So now I've seen many people, what they do, they hire agencies expecting them to do the magic, which doesn't happen again. Because you have to spend at least like a honeymoon period of at least a couple of months to make them understand, adapt to them. Then they have other issues, because one guy leaves the job, somebody else comes in, and the entire pattern just goes off. The second thing is, you are trying to get a recruit or hire somebody. He might be an expert of certain things, but the way he will project, because you have an experience, let's say A, and you are teaching somebody who gets, the teaching thing is called B. The person who understands it C, and the same person when he is writing is D. And the person who is an user, he does not get the A, he gets the D or the E, right? So A is not equal to E, and ultimately it's all F. Yeah, the adult one. Okay, just to keep the mood light. So here is the thing. So what you should communicate, that should go from you. Another biggest problem is people think, okay, I can take any kind of an AI tool or a chat GPT and they can mimic like me. God bless you. But the thing is, at the end of the day, the more higher ticket you go, the more personalized systems is required, the more customization is required. And in this particular era, as I'm shooting this video, it is no longer about bots. It is no longer about AI. It is all about the high level of personalization, high level of customizations. And now you are stuck. So the communication is also crappy. Now, what do I do? Let's go to the fourth one. Okay, let's say you have created some communications. By the way, many of these guys, what they do on LinkedIn or Facebook, okay, they try to give a lot of value. So how they do it, they create certain things like, hey, I have created, I have got so much results. You want it free? And then people who are swarming about with free informations, they try to grab that. So they get the databases and they use certain techniques, which I call it as the hook-based techniques out there. But the problem is, it is just superficial. It is not going deeper. And they create some information blasting or publishing or broadcasting mechanisms, which are good to see, feels really nice to have, but it is quite difficult to implement. So how do you answer this? How do you filter this? Because this is a swarm of things. So your agency will say, okay, hey, look, I have reached to so much people and we have got so much of leads. You didn't probably, created the nice program, or your closing skill was horrible. Our job is just to get you leads. And again, you are at square one. So how do you get someone to uh, look at you, someone to say, hey, this is what I need, what I want. Um, I call it as I need this. Okay. So how do you get this? I need this. Okay. Uh, Somebody, it is creating a pull. So this is another biggest problem, is you are not creating a pull mechanism. You are creating a push mechanism. What I'm looking at is how, rather than me going out to people, how come the people can come back to me by giving me back my authority? Now, this is the first thing. Some people call it as lead generation. Some people call it as prospecting. Some people call it as marketing stuff. So I leave it to you how you want to talk about this. This is one of the biggest things. Okay, but the problem that I have seen is this gets a very, very complex attribute, because you have to get automation systems, mailing devices, Then you've got connectors like Zapier, Pabbly, and multiple such kind of things. Then you need an agency. Then you need an expert. Then you need an analytics team. Then you need an Excel. Oh, phew. And the things becomes much more complex. So let's go to the next part, which is the another biggest problem is called as the closing problem. What do I mean by this? Uh, so many people, they have tried with webinar based selling. The moment they see a low ticket number, clinging onto a webinar, they know that you are not real. They know that you are trying to upsell them something. They know that this is not going to be deeper. So many people, they hang on or cling on because they are looking at window shopping. They are just trying to scan the market. And these guys are also here because they are getting the bonuses that they get free just by joining it. So many people, what they do is they don't join in, and ultimately your show up rate is okay. Let's say you have some show up. You have tried multiple reminders, SMSs, WhatsApp messages, mailers, to something you have got some webinar things. But again, this is not appropriate. You get exhausted. Some people, the smart guys, they have tried with recorded based webinars. Little bit smarter, it worked, but you cannot fake it right now. The moment you see that you are not allowed to see other people's chat, or you have a restriction of communications, they know it is recording. Goddamn, you can smell that miles apart. So what is the next thing that you can do is something I call it as closing. Closing does not mean that you have to close the deal in one shot. Might be what you can do is, this is the final destination, and you are somewhere here. So how to make them come closer to the treasure, the problem-solving solutions. So I divide it into 4 things. The first thing that one person can do is, by the way, closing is not just about closing a deal. It is also about filtering the people whom you want to work with. So the first thing that I feel is the most easiest thing where you can filter the maximum number of people by spending around 5 to 10 minutes is closing by chat. Okay. The second thing is closing by phone call. Yeah. So this takes somewhere around 9 minutes to 15 minutes. Yes. And the third thing is closing by personally meeting. This can be over Zoom call or one-to-one meetings, and you can have multiple ways to do that. In fact, okay. By the way, this entire technique that I'm talking about is purely for high tickets and scale-up models. And the last one is where, let's say you are very busy, you don't have time to chat. Now you might be thinking, okay, is it me I have to do or somebody else can do? Absolutely. First you do it, learn the process out there, which takes around 5 to 10 minutes for people, a normal smart guys to learn about this. Might be a novice, can take around 20 minutes more. So you learn how to filter by chat, filter by the call, and filter by this. I call it as GPS. GPS means give them a kind of a growth plan session. Okay. And then next, if you do not want to do any of this, we have another one which is called as close by offer document. How does this sound? So now you have a complete system out there. So what if all the leads or all the prospects that you are looking at, they are already in one place, and now you start filtering them on chat, filtering them on calls, and this can be done by you. Once you have learned this, you can transfer it to a VA. If you don't want a VA, you can get it to an automation. Cool, you can do all these things, but not in one shot, because there might be certain things which the system wants to learn. And that's why we recommend that people should learn all these things before they jump in. Now, let's get into this. I'm just writing the GPS somewhere here. Okay, GPS. Cool. The another biggest problem that we see is in the delivery system. Okay, now I have plenty of people who are my prospects. I'm good in closing also, but somewhere I'm getting exhausted because I'm doing or working like one-to-one, or I'm the only operations guy here. There is no one to do this. So how do you create a robust system of delivery and scale up your business as well? So I feel this is all depending on these 4 things. How you package your delivery mechanisms. I'm just writing it as packaging. Okay. The second thing is, how do you price it? I'm just writing it here as price. And the third thing is how to create your offers. Many people, they say, okay, create a godfather offer, create an offer which is an irresistible offer. I'm talking about a very simple systems by which you can create offers that automatically not only just closes the deals, but also helps you to streamline this entire system, to streamline this process so that you don't get exhausted and the system continues to work along with this. And moreover, how do you get or generate actually credibility, and thereby you can generate multiple things like referral, okay, which is another part of your business. I'm just rewriting it here. Referral, okay, sorry about this pen. You can generate testimonials, you can generate people which can be called as an affiliates. They can sell on behalf of you or for you. You can generate recommendations, you can generate a lot of new point of view that can help you indirectly to create a diversified new product. Okay, so all these things are roadmaps. So if you see, the system that I'm talking about is how to get prospects. So what we have designed is a very innovative, no, let me not call it as innovative. It is there from many years. We don't want to get into complex digital stuff. We don't neither want to give you some kind of a complicated things to learn out there. And here is what we like to do. For doing this lead generation part or the prospecting part, we created something called as RISE. It's called Reverse Invitation Strategy for Expansion. Okay. By the way, with RISE, there is another problem here. Every communication or a content is not for everyone. So there has to be a filtering method. So we created the other one, which is called as the Vortex. Okay. Vortex is writing it here. Maybe in next videos, we can talk about a little bit on that. For the sequential closing systems, okay, so to make people come closer one more step, understand them. So there is something which is divided into two parts. I call it as the trust building system or the filtration system and the trust building system. Okay, so these two things is because every business at the end of the day depends upon this one word called as trust, and every business is for not for everyone. Okay, the last one, which is more of into packaging and scaling, it is divided into your how are you taking your consumer's journey, creating a wow factor, and how are you retaining them. So these are the ways is a complete ecosystem that has been designed. And I'm happy and glad that you are a part of this ecosystem or you are getting into this video. This is your chance to get inside this ecosystem. The entire purpose of this ecosystem is to make you grow. That's it. That's the only purpose, is to make you grow from where you are, okay, and to where you want to be. All right, so I'm just writing it as a big G called as growth. The entire ecosystem is standing tall on three things. Number one, this is simple. Okay, this is fast, and this gives a result. That's it. And the system is designed for a very, very long time. This system was first brought in, the tricycle method was first brought in to use in 2005 or 6 somewhere. And from there, 15 years it took to create whatever I'm going to talk to you. The idea is, how do you go about? So here are a very powerful system that I would like to share with you. Okay, so how do you work on this? Okay, so I know this video is getting little bigger. It's little taking durations, but this is important. So rather than you going to your clients, why not you find something which I call it as the client cloud? Okay, and from here you create the rainmakers. You create the cloud, you hit the cloud out in a particular way, and you create all these things in a nice tank. Okay. Okay. And put it in a nice tank. And this tank is of people, because let me tell you one more thing. Uh, this is something that I learned from one of my great uh, guides. So he says, Amit, in this planet, 50% of the people are never going to be your clients. I think the best thing is if I can write it them, a red ink. Okay. So 50% are never going to be your client. Now, the remaining part that you have is divided into multiple parts. 30% of the people, they will always have money issue. Always, they don't have money. The remaining part is divided into two parts. You will find 10% of the people, they will always have a time issue. What is the meaning of time issue? Okay, this is not the right time for me. I'm busy right now. I've got some other problem happening, or I have some other priorities. Okay, I can't do that. That's not all. The remaining part, which is the last 10%, is divided into two parts. You will get 4% of people who will always say, whatever it is, okay, I still have doubt on your product and program. Okay, so that is, they have still doubt on you. Okay, they are still doubt on you. The remaining 4%, okay, of this, these people have self-doubt. What do I mean by this? Whatever you give it to them, they say, okay, I am not for this. This is not for me. I cannot do all these things. And this is crazy. So if you look closely, I'm just putting it on green color. This top part, only this 2% people are your potential clients. That's it. 2% or might be still lesser than this. They are the people who have money, they have the time, they have the implementation zeal, they have the commitment, and these are the guys with whom you want to work with. Right? Now, let's see how it works. So this is the guy I'm talking about who are interested. This is the, this is the 100%, okay, of all the population out there. 50% nullify, 50%, I'm just writing it here in blue ink so that it is more visible. 50% are those guys, they, this is the entire 50%, out of which what you need to do is you need to create these rise systems, and you pump in, okay, or you take out those people who are the second category people in a separate tank. Okay, these guys are, so I'm talking about this 50% where it is a combination of all the things. So you have a second one of the people who have money but no time. So I'm calling it as the 30% game, right? Um, and this is crazy. This is the 30% out there. Here, then you can take it up. The remaining parts might be, okay, so I call it as the filter. And the remaining part, you can put it into small PET bottles, whichever you want to, have it in different kind of conditions, you can use that. So what is the moral of the story? Now here is the thing. 50% are never your clients. Good. So you've got 50% here. Okay. The remaining 50%, okay, is in this tank now. The remaining part, okay, of this, okay, this is like the 20%, okay. The filtered stuff, I mean, these are this kind of people who are right now, I'm talking about this part where they have issues out there. So what this particular system does is it keeps on taking care of these two things because they are your potential clients for future, right? So I'm just writing it as the future potential client, FPCs. Okay, so these are people who will be automatically. So whenever you are looking at this, they are always inside this pit bottles. What do I mean by this? So rather than you hunting for people, people get into different kind of slabs. So some people, they don't have money. Okay, good, you are here. So for that, we have created certain systems. They keep on churning it out without you getting stressed. Some people who have money, but they have no time. You channel time in a different classification. Some people who are absolutely ready to rock and roll right now, so you can actually look into how to work with them. So where do we go from here? So this is what we do. Okay, so we have a free group. Okay, so the free group is actually kept here for those people who don't have money. Okay, we have a free group here. I'm just writing it as free, and we have a paid group. Okay, which is something they pay a weekly amount on a subscription basis. I'm just writing it the word as subscription so that it is easy for you. Okay, so you pay kind of a subscription amount, and we have something which is highest level. So if you are somebody who is really looking to get a kind of a immediate help, then you can directly reach out to us, and we can tell you how to put it into another thing, which is more of a super customized thing that we have. We call it as mantle. Mantle means the core. Okay, it's like the center of all the things where everything works. We work one-to-one. Now, how do we go about this? A very simple way. Okay, this is the entire smart model, the tricycle model. The first thing that we do is we don't want to sell any kind of content anymore. Okay, so I know you guys who are into coaching or training or any kind of knowledge share industry, or you are somebody who is into OPC, wants to train up certain things. You have certain processes. This is a pure power. So where I have seen many people, they try to sell their content, okay, in exchange of the money. And the model that I'm talking about does not need this. What we do is instead, we give you all the informations, okay, all of the knowledge, okay, completely packed and stacked up. This is point number one. All right. Point number two. Okay, let me just write it in blue color. Point number two. Not only this, because I have seen this is what is not happening in the knowledge share industry or the coaching industries or the industries where there is a lot of service-oriented systems and knowledge transfer happens, is they give a lot of knowledge, but it is never implemented because of multiple things. So according to me, the reasons why it has not been given is either lack of clarity, lack of resources, lack of accountability, and so on and so forth. So the biggest problem I've seen is they know what to do, but they don't have the tools to do. So here, what we do is we give you all the tools and resources that is required. Again, this is all set. Number three, okay. If I give you all the knowledge of the world and if I give you all the tools of the world, the only thing going to happen is, oh my God, again, another kind of a knowledge junk. So that's the same reason what we have identified is we have got moderators, okay, and we have got people whom we call them as experts, okay. So these people are there to guide you on which part of the problem needs what kind of tools, and boom, you're done, right? So if you're stuck at any kind of a process here, let's say you are stuck with, I don't know, I've just met the guy, I don't know what to do. So what you can do is, all right, so now let's say you have given a kind of an RFX or a proposal, but it is not working. So how do you create an offer document? What kind of tools are required? So let's say it has three different kind of tools, tools 1, 2, and 3. So this person who is an expert, he's going to let you know how to use those things, where you get these things, and what is the best way. So this is like more of taking all the friction out of your process. Instant, immediate, high efficient, clarity proven, accurate, pre-validated, and standardized answers. How does that sound? Coming to the next point, let's call it as point number 4. Okay, I know when I was into gymming, I was trying to be more fit. At that point of time, I felt if I need an extreme determination, extreme commitment to hit the gym on a everyday basis. But if I have a partner, if I have an accountability partner, so let me just write it down in blue color. accountability partner, things get amazing. If I am also a part of a kind of a community, okay, where everyone is there. So I feel this is a very powerful thing. Habit building happens with your environment. And if the environment has a great community, if all the people in a gym are eating something or drinking something or doing something, I'm telling you, having a burger in the hand and wearing a kind of a floppy jeans and getting inside the gym, it will be awkward. If you stay with that kind of an environment for long, you will be an athlete again. You will at least try to do something. You will not eat all those nonsenses that increases your fat, but you will be much more conscious, isn't it? So that's why the community power is very, very powerful. By the way, when you are working in a community, things are much more smoother, faster, and you don't get scared because someone in that same kind of a field have invested their energy, time, money, and they have got that experience that you can get it on an instant. You don't have to read the book. You don't have to get this. Just talk to one of those guys who have been there, done it, and dusted it, and voila, it is just done. So community also drives you with most updated informations in the industry. They give you those kind of vital inputs of network, connections, what to do, how to do, all the W's and H's are answered in a much more faster way. When you are inside the community, they all have been through what you have been through. They all had the same doubt. They all had the same pain. They all started from scratch. So someone whom you are trying to become, they are people who have already done this and they respect that and they love to be with that. Sounds good? So here we go to the fifth point is the support system. Okay. So at any point of time in this ecosystem, okay, if you are here in this ecosystem, you need to get an answer done. What you can do is you can write a mail, and within 24 hours to 36 hours, uh, I think within 24 hours max, somebody from the team will point you out on the appropriate tools, appropriate knowledge hub, or the appropriate person. So it can be a tool. Uh, okay, I'm bad in the drawing part. It can be the person, or it can be the document where it is there, or this document might be in the form of a video or audio sections. It has the manuals, so someone will be able to guide you on that part. And point number last, okay, I'll just put it in green color. Point number last, at any point of time you feel okay, great, this is awesome, but I need much more faster things, and you would like to probably get on a kind of a call with us on a one-to-one session out there where we talk about something called as mantle, and would like to know more about it, you can definitely book a call with us, and someone from the team can find out the best time. And if we are eligible, if we fit in there, we can take it forward. For those people who are willing to get a glimpse of this, you want to get into a free a session, okay, or a free group where we do all these things. By the way, I forgot to also tell you one more thing. Somewhere here, between the experts and the accountability partners, uh, we have something in the paid session. We do have something called as weekly open house discussion or doubt clearance sessions. This is usually a 60-minute to 90-minute of a session where everyone of the community, they get in together. We work as a team. We try to update the best of the things which is there. We give you certain tools and stuff. Basically, what we do is we point you out to the right tool, right information, which is right now appropriate, and how can you get results faster. Uh, in a free session that we have the similar kind of thing, but here we don't meet in person. Once in a blue moon, might be on a month. Okay, if everyone has certain questions which is really pertaining to this, on the sake of everyone, if it is the masses. So after our paid group, okay, by the way, the paid group, we call them as the you know the plus groups. Uh, these people have already got the results. They have already moved forward. For people who are getting into the free session, you need, okay, by the way, how many of you guys want to get into a free session out there? And we usually give you a membership of around a couple of months for you to just go through how the works are there. Okay, all the content, all the tools are there to some extent. not in the kind of a detailed way how the paid system has, but it is still there, which you can help yourself to go from where you are to the level next. If you need this session, just type in BizFit. So this is what we do. Okay, so we have something called as the BizFit. Okay, where you will find all these things in the guide section. So we have got something called the guides. Each guide has certain videos, certain informations, and definitely a lot of gears and tools are there for you to get instant answers. The idea is the faster you grow, and so you are a small person out there, you have just started, or you have been through these things and you are failing again and again. I want you to be more confident and grow with these guides. And once you're confident, I'm sure you don't mind spending a small amount and getting to the paid session. So the paid session, I mean, we are renaming it into something else, but it is called as Inner Circle. Okay, so Inner Circle is usually on a subscription model. If you want to know more about it, we can send you a document. Just type in IC and I can send you this document. And if you want the entry to the free session, you can just type in as BizFit and we can do this. So there are three actions that you can talk about. So either you want to get into the free session, okay, write it as BizFit free. If you want to get into the paid session, if you want to know about the pricing model, okay, and any of the things like how it works and all the things, you can just type in as IC, which is called as the Inner Circle. We will in the comment section wherever you are able to reach out to it, or else you can mail us at. Okay, I'll give you my my team's mail ID as well, which is office@dramitnath.in, and we can help you to know about how it works. By the way, once you are getting into the paid section, this is all what you get. Okay, I give you all the informations out there, all the facts, all the knowledge hub, everything. Okay, all the tools that is required, all the resources out there, and you would be connected to the experts and the moderators on a weekly basis, usually for 60 to 90 minutes on a Thursday, Indian time, somewhere around 9 p.m. And you get your accountability partner from the group. Okay, but you need to be also. It is not about just taking; it is also about sharing. So you can find out somebody from the group or the community, and the access is given. By the way, all these things, whatever I just told you, we have found results for this entire thing. Works out great. By the way, let's say this is the duration out there. So this is how you do it. Okay. So every 2 months, so I want you to do one thing. Okay. I want you to make a small cut here and stretch it out. So you will get something like this. Okay. So this is the first part, second part, and the third part. So every month you actually, work on each of these problems. So might be the first month you can work on leads, the second month you can work on your closing, third month is all about your scaling up, and you get all these things sorted off. So usually for a period of around 6 months, this is idle. We have seen people getting results in less than 15 to 20 days as well. People who are highly committed. By the way, you just need to spend around 40 minutes to 60 minutes per day to do this entire thing. That's it. And you start getting your leads, start getting the closings. But as I said, we are only looking for those people who can promise us these three things. Okay, I'm just writing it as promise. You have to promise that whatever you are learning out there, you are going to implement this ASAP. Okay. And number two, if you have any doubts, you should be the fastest person to come back and get the doubts cleared. Okay. Number three, whenever you are winning something, you are crossing any challenges and we're getting some kind of a result, you should be the first one to declare the wins and the results. Okay, inside the community. How does that sound? Good. So this entire ecosystem is there for people who are right now ready to do it. Okay, so this happens for the paid sessions. Okay, so we meet on a weekly basis. We give all the, okay, let's hear. We give you all the information, resources, accountability partner, and we give you the support systems on an email as well. And if you need to get a help from somebody from the team and you want to know about how to get much more faster, then we can look into our flagship uh, program, which is called as Mantle, where we work along with you to grow your entire system to the next level. Now the question is, how much does it cost? Okay, so this is a very simple numbers that we have done. If you are here or here or here or whatever the things you want to close it off, we charge you on a weekly basis. Okay, so how much do we charge? So we are looking at, so if anyone is willing to pay this entire thing, so in Indian currency, if it is a one-time payment, okay, we charge you 2.4 lakhs. Okay, and if it is something that you have a money crunch, okay, this is what we do is a subscription model. In the subscription model, we charge you 5K per week. Okay, and it goes on the 24th week itself. In between, at any point of time, if you are somebody who is not happy or you are not getting a result, which is absolutely not possible, okay, because this has been highly standardized, might be on implementation. Still, we would like to have a talk with you first before we let you go. At any point, if you don't want to continue, absolutely fine. You can still, still keep the content and the tools for the next 3 months, absolutely free of cost. Okay, we don't charge you on that. Okay, you can still keep it out. At any given point you want to withdraw, anywhere you want to withdraw, absolutely fine. Now the thing is, what you don't get if you withdraw, okay, you don't get the one-on-one support system, the community systems, you don't get the okay, the accountability partners, and whenever you are ready, you want to join back, just write a mail back to us and we can help you to bring you back to the community. Sounds good? So with that, I would like to tell you that there is one thing. If money goes, money can be earned. But if time goes, time cannot be earned. This system took almost like 10 years to come to its present state. Now, why it is so much faster? Because you have almost zero learning here, almost zero learning. Everything is framework driven. Everything is super fast because the faster you are growing, the faster we can work together. That's the kind of a business model where we're looking at. Anyways, enjoy the sessions. And if you want to know more about how to create infinite amount of content that actually connects, converts, and creates a consistent flow of revenue and business for you, then check out the next video somewhere on the left or right side, and you'll be able to get that thing. This entire system has been designed by using just one single page. That's a paper and a pen. That's all. And it defies the law of funnel building. It defies the law of content creation system, which is existing. It defies the law of even utilizing complex digital hacks or any kind of AI tools that is required out there. By the way, no chat GPT is required. If you are somebody who finds it very complicated, you are an introvert, you've never done a content, I think this is the greatest thing. For learning, you just need a very minimal time, that is hardly around 15 to 20 minutes, about how it works out. And if you want to know more about that, click the link down there and get into the next video where I disclose about how it all works. Till the time, first of all, give a big pat to yourself because you have seen the entire video, and I know this is really powerful. Give me in the comment how do you feel about it. Any kind of doubts and questions are there, please write in the comment section. My team will be more than happy to answer all this. I'll see you in the next session. Till the time, bye-bye, take care. Signing out. This is your Dada, Dr. Amit.